Hello everyone, and let's see game number 6 of the Lasker bird match. And in this chess game, Emanuel Lasker this time has the white pieces. So let's see what happened in this chess game from 1890 February 21. And Emanuel Lasker starts the game with pushing the e-pawn c5, and we have the Sicilian defense, knight to c3, knight to c6, knight to f3, g6, d4, and exchanging the pawns, fianchetto the bishop, bishop to e3, d6, bishop to e2, bishop to d7, and both players Lasker castled, knight to f6, and also bird castled, queen to d2, exchanging bishop to c6, bishop to f3, queen to a5, and now centralizing the rook and planning to push the e-pawn, knight back, also defending the e-pawn, exchanging the pieces, checking the king, and expanding from the queen side, defending the queen, and also offering to exchange the queens. Well, Lasker goes for it. Knight takes on b6 and b5, defending the bishop, knight in, also attacking the e-pawn, exchanging the knights, and now defending the e-pawn, also planning to push the pawn, cementing the position. Lasker push the pawn, attacking the c-pawn, defending, rook in, king to f1, activating the king, king to f8, a4, rook from e to c8, targeting the pawn, but now easily defending with the bishop, and now finally pushing the e-pawn, hoping to break the pawn chain of Lasker. Lasker played rook from c to d1, e5, and bird is advancing with his e-pawn. Maybe capturing the pawn was a possibility, then capturing back with the rook or with the pawn, and it looks like it is a drawish position, but Lasker's pawns are more advanced. But still, according to the chess engine, I analyzed this chess game with the chess engine. So far, it is for about equal. So e5, g4, f5, but now defending the pawn, king to f7, king to g2, king in, activating the kings, and using the kings as a fighting unit, but Lasker pushed the pawn, kicking the king back, king goes back, pushing the king away once again, further away, king to g7, and f4 by Lasker. Well, this is actually one of the critical moments of this chess game. If capturing the pawn, king takes on f4, and after moving the bishop, let's say bishop to d3, white has the e file. So bird didn't want this. He pushed the pawn, king to f2, now change your plans. Now, swinging the king to the queen side this time, and using the king in the queen side. Pushing the pawn, king to e3, bishop back, king in, rook over, h6, and now, rook from e to b1, and in this position, believe it or not, but actually this was a balanced position, it was equal, but maybe because of pressure, Henry Edward Bird played a bad move. Well, he somehow captured the pawn and giving the a-file to Lasker. Rook back, not of course capturing the rook, because then exchanging the rooks and white has the a-file, and actually that is winning for white. But let's take it back. I want to get back this position. So in this position, maybe Bird was afraid that Lasker can take the a-pawn with the b-pawn, and then rook in was a possibility. But actually, okay, so in this position, according to the engine, it is for about equal. Also black has the pass pawn, so capturing the pawn, and it looks a little bit dangerous for black, but it's not like end of the life. Rook back, b6, but now Lasker is choking his opponent. He's pushing the pawn. H takes on g5, simply capturing the pawn, bishop to a4, but this is allowing Lasker to double his rooks. Bishop back and doubling the rooks. Lasker has the a-file. Rook back, rook in, not also allowing rook to c5, king to f7, rook to h1, and fighting for the h-file, exchanging the rooks, and now rook in. And slowly, Bird, we can say that Henry Edward Bird is in the ropes. So bishop back, also defending the b-pawn, But now, Lasker is breaking in. He pushed the c-pawn and he wants to get in with the king. He wants to penetrate deep into black's position with his king. So this is the point of Lasker. He is also going to activate the king, and if not capturing the pawn, of course, white can push the pawn c6, and that is losing for black. What else? D takes on c5, king in. King takes on c5, and this is not looking good. Rook to h2, defending the bishop, but a beautiful move by Lasker. The b-pawn is pinned and attacking the b-pawn, but now rook to a2. Actually, the bishop is not pinned. Lasker moved the bishop, and if capturing the rook, then of course capturing back with the pawn, and the a-pawn is going to be a queen, so which is going to be unstoppable. So in this position, pinning the bishop, attacking the bishop, defending, attacking again, defending and attacking with the king, and now attacking the pawn. But here comes bishop to a4, and in this position, Bird is threatening to play bishop to b3. The bishop is going to be pinned. Is Lasker going to lose a piece? Well, Lasker captured the pawn, checking the king, and now what? Lasker played rook to a7, but now losing the bishop. Is Lasker losing a piece? But Emanuel Lasker played the move. Henry Edward Bird resigned for the fourth time against Lasker. Lasker played king to d6 and Bird resigned because his king is getting checkmated and there is no reasonable defense in this position. Wow. If capturing the bishop, then this is getting checkmated. Rook to a8, checkmate. Okay, so actually there is no sensible defense in this position, but if capturing back with the rook, you might wonder what happens then. Then checking the king and only defense, but now pushing the pawn. B-pawn is joining the party. And what now? Rook takes, pawn takes rook, checkmate. Again, black is getting checkmated and there is no sensible defense in this position. What a game by Emanuel Lasker. Another pretty accurately played chess game by Lasker. And all the time, in the previous chess games, we saw that at the critical moment, when there was pressure, Bird was cracking under the pressure. So in this position, after getting in with the king, actually there is no sensible defense for avoiding the checkmate. This is why Mr. Henry Edward Bird resigned, and Lasker at this point of the match, he was leading with 4 points. Lasker was 4 points, and Bird was 0 points. And thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time with the other games of this match. So, take care. And by the way, Lasker defeated Henry Edward Bird for the first time with the white pieces in this chess game. So, okay, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take care and bye bye.